Alright guys, in a recent interview on PTJ's own YouTube channel, he said that, and I quote, "A very important character in Lookism that's been there since the beginning will die soon." So today I'm going to use all the clues that PTJ gave us and look at all the characters' arcs and tell you who the Grim Reaper of Lookism is going to claim next. If you haven't already, leave a like, subscribe, and let's get into it. To figure out which character is going to die next, we're going to use the clues that PTJ gave us during the interview as a filter for every character and narrow it down. I believe that whoever this mystery character is, they are going to die during the first affiliate arc and to conclude the takedown of workers altogether, but at a huge cost. Here is a clip of PTJ's interview. Keep in mind this interview was given in March 2022 during the third affiliate arc and no one of significance has died yet.
내가 되게 좋아하는 남성상을 가지고 있는 그런 매력이 있는 캐릭터다.
또 끝까지 갈 캐릭터이기도 하고 좀 뭔가 부담되기도 하잖아요. 지금 종건 커버 같은 경우에는 애가 얼마나 멋있게 나올지.
종건이 어떤 사람인지에 대해서 되게 많이 궁금해하는데 딱 들었을 때 종건이 어떤 느낌이?
이름만 들었을 때.
PTJ actually gave us a lot of clues in that clip. He gave us 3 criteria that are necessary for said character to meet. 1, be important to the story, which you can argue most characters are. 2, be there since the beginning, which again can honestly be anybody. Then number 3 is somebody that Gun cares about, because according to PTJ, once this person dies, that's when you see the real side of Gun. That one comment right there is the most important clue to narrowing down who the mystery character is. As a character, we've seen Goo really care about 2 things, money and fighting, also fashion, but that's besides the point. Because of this, there's not a lot of room for Gun to care about people. We've seen him discard anybody that's not useful to him, even his previous successors like Jake, Samuel, and Johan, because they were no longer useful to him. With these criterias, I've narrowed it down to 3 characters who could possibly die next in Lookism. The first person on the list is Goo Kim. Out of the 3, Goo is the least likely person to die in my opinion. I actually didn't come up with Goo as part of this theory, but some people mentioned him in the Discord and he did fit all 3 criterias, so I thought it was fair to mention him. 1, he's been there since the beginning with his first appearance being in the Vasco's backstory arc. 2, he's pretty important since he has affiliation with both the workers and Charles Choi. Also, he's been acting in the background and we don't really know what he's planning. He seems to be gathering secret friends for something, so I don't think they would kill him off without revealing what he's planning first. 3rd, he's Gun's best friend and rival, so if he were to die, it would understandably make Gun angry and show his real side. Although Goo matches all 3 criteria, I don't think he's going to die because it doesn't make any sense narratively for PTJ to kill him. Also, Goo is one of the strongest characters in the PTJ verse, so there's not many people out there that could kill him. So for that reason, Goo is out. Next up is Daniel's second body. And of course he meets the first and second criteria, being the main character, so he's been there since the beginning and the plot essentially started and revolves around the mystery behind the second body. Daniel's second body, or UI Daniel, is also somebody that Gun cares about, and he's able to fight on Gun's level, getting him excited to where he says to Big Daniel, "It was better than the best night I had with any woman, and you pleased me with your body. I should pay you for that." So if Big Daniel were to die, then that would understandably make Gun upset. This theory that Big Daniel will die makes a lot of sense narratively after the reveal of Jin Young Park drugging Samuel, Johan, and Big Daniel at the end of chapter 461 to make them fight the Allied crew. With Big Daniel drugged by Jin Young, he will most likely be in Ultra Instincts mode, possibly making the only way to stop him is to kill him. This goes along with Daniel's character arc of growing both physically and mentally to the point where he no longer needs the second body since his original body can rival a first generation king. The third person and the most likely to die on the list was Eli Jang. While making this video, the more I thought about it, the more the theory that Big Daniel would die became more plausible. I originally thought that Eli was most likely to die, but now I would say him and Daniel are equally as likely to die now. I'm so sure that Eli is the one that's going to die next that I made a video about it a few days ago where I briefly mentioned Goo and Daniel in that video, but I didn't really explain what I meant. So I'm making this one to further expand on that. When we take a look at the 3 criteria again, you realize that Eli qualifies for them more than Daniel's second body does. We actually see Eli's first appearance all the way back in chapter 2 of Lookism, where Daniel goes to get a haircut and Eli gives him the Kim Jong-un cut. And this is before Daniel even gets the second body. We see his character make several recurring appearances throughout the earlier chapters, seemingly having no importance to the story. It's not until the Goddard arc that we actually see Eli fight for the first time. So Eli meets the criteria of being there since the beginning of the story all the way back in chapter 2. It was later revealed that Eli did have a major importance to the story, being the head of one of the 4 major crews. We get to go through his backstory and see the role he plays in the formation of Hostel, and later joins the workers to start their 5th affiliate. With that, he meets the second criteria. Now for the third criteria of being important to Gun, I would say that Eli was Gun's favorite student. We see Gun reminisce about losing Eli throughout the story. We even see Goo tease Gun about it, where he also mentions that Gun spent 3 years looking for Eli. Up until meeting Daniel, Eli was the closest to succeeding Gun. We see in Gun's flashback that after he lets Eli go, he says to himself that he's softened up. But I think he just has a soft spot for Eli. And if Eli did die in the coming chapters, even though Gun has Daniel now, I still think that would make Gun angry. Eli's death would also make sense narratively to complete his cliche little character arc of the pain hero going to the dark side, then being stopped by his friend who uses talk no jutsu on him. After this, he manages to get over whatever pain he was going through, and for the character arc to be completed, he has to go through the redemption process. This doesn't necessarily mean a character has to die, but usually they have to sacrifice something in proportion to the pain they caused while they were on the dark side. After Vasco uses talk no jutsu on Eli and Eli gives up, he talks to Heather's mom, where Heather's mom forgives him for her death, allowing Eli to forgive himself. Now that he's been brought back to the light, he can finally go on his redemption arc. Eli decides that his path to redemption is to help Ally by beating the Basement Hope. I say that this is the fight that will most likely lead to Eli dying, because he's already weakened from fighting Vasco, and he's about to throw down with the strongest being in the 1st affiliate with no help, in the dark, deep down in an elevator shaft. Please tell me I'm not the only one seeing this. Like, the foreshadowing is crazy. So there you guys go. That's my theory on who's going to die next. It's either going to be between Big Daniel or Eli. Even if I'm wrong about Eli and it's Big Daniel that dies instead, I still don't think he's beating the Basement Hulk alone. He'll most likely injure it to give Ally a better chance, but I don't think he's coming out of it unscathed. He'll probably lose an arm or not be able to fight anymore, something along those lines, but Eli's definitely not getting out of this fight without a sacrifice. Anyways, that's just a theory. What theory? Thanks for watching. Let me know who you guys think is going to die next if you disagree. We also have the channel membership up for $4.99 a month, where members will receive early access to videos like this one before anybody else. Priority reply to comments and these sweet worker badges next to your name and comments that get upgraded the longer you're a member. So go ahead and check that out. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.